It's currently 3 a.m. Yeah, I just woke up and I got up to go to the bathroom, and then I realized that I never recorded this episode. And I realized I'm not gonna get the chance to at all this weekend, so I thought, fuck it. What better time than 3 in the morning where I'm more in tune with my thoughts? Oh, shit. Okay, let's get started then. So, this episode is a bit different because I'm by myself, as I mentioned already on the Instagram page. But this will be the most important conversation that we have ever had on this show. It is my car rant. Yeah, it's totally important, completely important. Definitely didn't run out of ideas. Yeah. So, my rant is basically on the way cars are designed today compared to how they were back in the day. Because I've had this thought on my mind for so long now. I compare cars that are made today to cars that were made back in, like, the 50s and 60s. And if you really compare them, there's no creativity in car design today. Everyone just kind of copies and mooches off of each other, and nobody really cares to make an exciting vehicle anymore. And I guess it doesn't fully matter. Excitement in a car design doesn't fully matter anymore, but that's the thing that's kind of sad, because then people are just going to continue to just mooch off of other people. Companies are just going to keep on copying off of other people and all that. Because, I mean, one example I can give, and if you don't know anything about cars, you can just Google the cars that I'm going to talk about. The new Toyota Supra is just a BMW Z4. I think it was a BMW Z4, if I'm not mistaken. BMW Z4, just with the Toyota badge on it. I mean, they didn't even try to hide it. They kind of just said, "Hey, give us your car, and then we're gonna take all the badges off, and then put Toyota badges on it, and then call it a day." It's just there's just no creativity in it anymore, and it's really sad to see something like that, especially someone from Toyota. Or, sorry, I'm sorry if I slur a lot of my words. I did just wake up. And it is 3 in the morning, and I am horribly tired. So just bear with me. I do apologize. The fact that, like, a company like Toyota would ever think to do something like that, it does kind of suck, because they've always been my favorite company. They've always been, a company that you can trust to just be their own, not have to rely on anyone else. And the thought that they can't even make a sports car on their own, which I bet they probably could make a pretty nice sports car on their own. But I mean, they chose to turn to others to help them. And so many other car manufacturers are following in that lead of just, why would I bother making one on my own when I can just borrow one from somebody else? It's like, but why would you want to do that? Wouldn't you want the satisfaction of knowing that you made this and that it's going to be a great seller, but you didn't mooch off somebody else? Don't you want that feeling? Doesn't anyone want that feeling of just like, I made this without having to rely on copying somebody else? Like, I genuinely made it, But I mean, that's just me. The thing about car designs is that I don't like the way cars are designed right now. I mean, especially companies like Mercedes right now, because Mercedes in like a couple years ago, in like 2012, or even no, even soon, like even before that, early like 2010, something like they were making some pretty good looking cars. Well, basically the early 2000s, they were making beautiful cars. Now they're making cars that look like giant marshmallows with wheels. What the fuck is that? Have you like my mom had a rental for a couple of days because she had to take her car in for whatever reason. Um, and they gave us a, what was it? Was it a GLE? It was like the newer GLE model, and it was disgusting. Even the interior, I was disappointed at looking at it. It was like, this is terrible. I mean, to anyone else, nobody would really care. They would obviously think the interior looks nice, but I didn't like it. It just looked really weird to me, and it literally is just, to me, a giant marshmallow. Like, if you look at the outside of it, it's just a freaking marshmallow. Like, and we're talking about a company that used to make cars like the classic C63, which was an absolutely gorgeous and menacing car to look at. If you compare it to the modern C63, it's terrible. It's terrible. The thought that a company so great would resort to making cars that look awful. Why would you ever do that? Like, why would you ever change a formula that was so beautiful in every way? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't, like, I hate it so much. Like, all of the companies that I loved before have all resorted to making these awful, awful looking cars. BMW has been terrible for years now. Horrible designs for years. The classic M3 that had this like really boxy shape. If anything, I'll put some like pictures up on the video of anything I'm talking about. I'll probably put it like right there. I'll put pictures like right here, so that way you guys could see it. But or if you're listening on Spotify, oh well, no, Spotify has video now, so you have no excuses now. So I'll put a picture up right here of all the cars I'm talking about. But and I know people are gonna think like, so that's an old design that would never work nowadays. But if we really think about it, it would work, because Ford, they recently brought back the Bronco, which was a big boxy design, and they kept that design. They kept the same design, just modernized it. It was absolutely incredible. It was gorgeous. It was amazing. It's a work of art. That's what people have to take. That kind of sorry, blinked out. People have to take example from Ford, because they know how to make a nice car now. They seem to be one of the only companies that really know how to. Because you really think about it, their lineup of cars is amazing right now. Obviously, they've had the Mustang for years, and it's only been getting better. The F-150 is gorgeous right now. The F-250, also gorgeous. The Bronco, beautiful car. Ford Ranger even looks amazing. Ford Explorer, beautiful car. Absolutely beautiful. Expedition, I mean, it's nice, but it's not great. The only ones I won't agree with are the Maverick and the Escape. Is that what it's called? I think it's the Escape. And then if there are any more cars that I don't agree with, I'll put it right there. But that's also something else that had been pissing me off too. that people keep trying to bring back classics and they just don't know how to. Toyota with the Supra, obviously. Land Rover with the Defender. Chevy with the Blazer. Oh, God, that frustrated me so much. Oh, the Blazer. That was an abomination of a car. It was I don't mean the old one. The old one was amazing, but then they brought it back, and it's just like, why would you even bother at that point? Then it looks terrible compared to what it used to. And I know there are a lot of people that like like I said, I'm putting them up there, so there are a lot of people that they'll look at them and they'll just think like, well, it's just a normal looking car. It's like if you like love cars as much as I do, you'll realize that these are cars that have been absolutely ruined. Like the old Supra was so amazing in every way, shape, or form. It was just gorgeous. And then they brought it back, and it looks cool, but deep down we all know that it's literally just a BMW with the badges taken off and replaced with Toyota badges. And I'll never fully understand. Like I said, car companies, if you want to bring back a classic, just keep the same formula but slightly modernize it. That's what Ford did with the Bronco, and it worked. And it's what essentially Land Rover tried to do with the Defender. It just didn't really work. It's a nice car, and I will admit it is a very, very nice car. I'll admit it. But it just didn't fully work for me. It just didn't. And it was really disappointing because I was really excited for it. But I don't know. What are you going to do, man? So I mean, people won't agree with me when I say that like I miss the designs of like old cars, specifically like cars like an old Cadillac Eldorado, where like it was super long, just like almost like a boat, completely impractical in every way, shape, or form, but it was just so elegant to look at. It was beautiful. And I always said, if I can get a classic car, honestly, I'd get something like that. It's gorgeous. But they went with car companies nowadays are going with like these designs, like these fancy little like cuts and like, you know, sharp edges and curves all over the cars to, you know, make them fancier looking and, you know, and all that. And instead they ended up making them look stupid. Like, look at this Lexus. I don't remember what it was called, but I'm gonna just put it right here. That looks stupid. In what way does this look good? It's just ridiculous. I don't get it. I really don't get it. And it I want to understand what they were trying to do. I guess that was the only way they could conform to, like, you know, I don't know, however the car has to be made today. I guess it's like more aerodynamics, but they ended up making it look stupid. And like I said, people will not agree with me. Like I said, nobody is going to agree with me with anything that I say unless you're like a real car nut. And even then, I've told this to like car nuts and they all think I'm crazy. So I mean, nobody will believe me. But I mean, it for me, this is just the truth. Car makers don't have any creativity anymore. They have none whatsoever, and it's really, really annoying. I just wish that there was someone out there who could come up with a car that's just so original. But that'll never happen. It will never happen. And it's upsetting, really. Because we're going to have to stick with these cars that are just bland and boring and ugly to look at and no excitement at all. And I don't know. It sucks. It really does. It genuinely upsets me. It really does, because I used to be excited for new cars to come out. Now I get scared when a new car comes out, because I just think to myself, is like, what if this just turns out to be like everything else? Obviously, this doesn't include supercars and whatnot, because supercars are always exciting. It's just no denying that, obviously. But I'm one of those people that I genuinely love, just modern everyday cars. I love them. Honestly, if I go out on the road, I'm able to pinpoint any car I see on the road and tell you if it's good, tell you if it's bad, all this stuff. Tell you if I like it or not. I genuinely like modern, I genuinely like everyday cars. I like everyday cars, like daily drivers and everything. And just to see that these companies are making these cars look so boring, it really it disappoints me a lot. It really, really does. And as much as I'd love to see a change, it won't happen. It really won't. And it sucks. What are you gonna do? But I've been ranting for almost 18 minutes now. I'm gonna call it here. Yeah. Obviously Ian couldn't join me in this episode because he's off on vacation right now. But that'll probably change by the time a new episode comes out. He'll probably be here. If there's anything that you want to talk about my whole rant that I just went on, please, by all means, comment on my Instagram page. Send me a message on my Instagram, or send me an email via the website letsgetrealshow.net. There's a page there that you can connect with us and whatnot. You can send me a message through there, or even a voice memo through there, which is pretty cool, actually. But other than that, thank you guys so much for joining us. Next Saturday, I'll be live streaming again, so come join me for that. That'll be pretty fun. I don't know what game we're gonna play, but we're gonna play something and we're gonna have a good time. So I hope to see you guys there. Anyway, I'm gonna go edit this because, like I said, I'm not gonna get the chance to, and I'm gonna try and do it as quick as I can so I can go back to sleep because I'm fucking tired. But anyway, thank you guys. Love you guys. And I'll see you guys later.